Hey guys, how you doing today? I am coming at you from a basement wall in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. But you know what? Recently I had the universe teach me another big lesson, or it wasn't a big lesson, it was more like a nice, little more than a gentle reminder, but a big reminder in life about how important it is to be aware and to listen to what your inner guidance says. I just wanted to quickly share the story with you guys because it's kind of like one of those things that I still can't believe even happened. So yeah guys, I recently made my way to Calgary and I'm super stoked to be here finally, but coming here was a little bit of like an interesting mission because crazy things always find me in life. I have no idea how, but like the most random crazy situations, if they're gonna happen to anyone, it's gonna happen to me, and usually when I'm by myself on like a solo trip or something. So note to self, solo female adventures ain't for the faint of hearted, especially if you're Petrena, because like the most random things happen to you. Here I was, I couldn't leave Northwest Territories on time because of the blizzarding, freezing winter weather, so the highways were terrible, and they were telling people if you don't need to drive, don't, because even semis, everything's hitting the ditch and there's accidents and it's best for you to stay off. Not only that, I got stuck in the bottom of my driveway the night before I wanted to leave, so I couldn't get out till like late the next day. But that's okay. I finally did get out. And it wasn't until like 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's a long ass drive to Calgary, especially in winter conditions. It can take somewhere up to 20 hours. Like, you know, it's between 13 and 20 depending on the road condition. So that's far. Anyway, my whole decision was at midnight of the day that I left, no matter where I am going to get a cheap motel and sleep for 6 hours so that I can wake up, and then at 6 a.m. I can hit the road again, because the next day is when my program that I'm taking right now started. So I wanted to be like fresh as a daisy and like totally ready to rock and, you know, get to Calgary in time and feel fantastic and start this new program. Alas, it's funny how like sometimes the vision you have in your head of how things are going to work out is totally not actually what comes to fruition. So yeah, 12 a.m. I'm in Valley View, Alberta. So I pull over and I start Googling cheap motels because it's only a 6-hour sleep. I figured, you know, save a few bucks, I'll get a cheap motel and then I can get to sleep and feel refreshed. I go and I look at my phone and I'm like checking Google and I find this motel that's cheap. It's like the cheapest one in Valley View. And somehow, don't ask me how, but somehow this motel had some decent reviews for being like the cheapest motel in this place. But I was like, okay, well, it has decent reviews. Why not give it a go? So I drive to this motel and I pull into the parking lot. And literally, as soon as I pulled into the parking lot, I was like looking around at the state of the building and the fact that like no one else is staying there. And my gut, my intuition was like, oh hell no, Petrena. You turn around, you go to a more expensive motel, you know, maybe with the one with the hot breakfast and the renovations that they were just like broadcasting, maybe go there. And I was like, no, gut, you know, I'm leading the show here, so you just be quiet. I think I'll give this a go. Anyway, off I go into the office, ring the doorbell because it's midnight, so everything's locked up. And, you know, I walk into this office after the door's unlocked, and it's like, I'm looking around, booking this room, and I'm like, the state of the office was pretty bad. And it looks like it's like never been cleaned, probably in the history of forever, because like the dust was like this thick. But I'm already paying and everything, and I'm not the type to back out. So I figured, you know what, Petrena, just get the room, get some sleep, I'm sure it'll be fine. So I get to my room, I open the door, and literally, as soon as I open the door, I get this like woof of like musty smell, you know, like that musty antique smell. Well, like it was that smell, and I was like, oh no, like this can't be good. In the meantime, the woman's already like bolted the door and shut off the lights and like is disappeared. And I'm like, okay, so I turn on the light and I decide to like do a little more investigation. Like, first of all, it was tidy, but clean, no. Like nothing in there had been wiped probably in years. I can't even tell you how long since it's been wiped. And the carpet has probably never been vacuumed in the history of time either. So I was not taking my shoes off. And I went and I looked under the blankets, and underneath the blankets of both beds there was like hair and everything. And I'm like, okay, so they definitely haven't changed the sheets since the beginning of time either. So at that point I was like, oh, what do I do? Like now it's like 12:30, I gotta be up for 6, and I'm like, I feel like I should just leave. Like, I don't know. I don't think I should stay here, but I'm super tired and I need to get some rest. So I decided to grab my sleeping bag from the car, bring my sleeping bag in, and because there's no way I'm gonna sleep on those blankets, I made a cocoon for myself, and I was like, okay, just try and get some sleep, Petrena, and like wake up and feel refreshed. And even when I was trying to fall asleep, I was thinking, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep anyway, because I can't really sleep in like dirty environments. It's just something about like, you know, really dirty environments. Like, trust me, I've slept in the jungle. I've like stayed in some dodgy places in some third world countries. And so I figured, like, you know, I can handle pretty much anything. But yeah, make it the cocoon. And I'm just like trying to shut off. And right before I shut off, I was thinking to myself, you know what? This seems like the type of place that would be haunted. Like, I just get that feel. But whatever, go to sleep, Petrena. So it's like 2 a.m. and I'm finally, literally just falling asleep. I just fell asleep, and no sooner than I fell asleep did I get woken up by this like loud footsteps running up the stairs and the door to the room above me slamming. And like it was so loud I got woken up, and then I could hear footsteps going back and forth upstairs and voices. There was like a man and woman's voice, and to me it sounded like someone just came back from a party. I was like, maybe some people came back from the bar and checked in at like 2 in the morning. And so, because I was the only one in this motel. But then I was kind of worried about my car, because my car's out there, like my whole life is in my car. So I was like, okay, I better go outside and check out my car. So I go outside. There had been fresh snow since I'd been in the room, so a nice little blanket of snow and everything. My car is totally fine. And I turn and look at the stairs going up to the room above me, where I heard all those loud footsteps, where I heard the door slam. There is no footsteps in that snow. Nothing. And the door is closed, and there's no lights in the room. And I was like, shut the front door. Oh wait, sounds like they already did shut the front door. So why I didn't hightail it out of there, I don't know. I don't even know how I had it all together so much that I could still go back and lay in that room. But I was like, okay, Petrena, just get some sleep. Like, you know what? Try and ignore it, get some sleep. And I went and crawled back in my sleeping bag, and I could hear these voices up there and the footsteps. And I was just like blocking it out. And then as I'm lying there, suddenly my intuition kicks in again. You know, that friendly little intuition that knows everything. Inner voice. Well, my inner voice flared up, my intuition, and it said to me, Petrena, get your ass up and make a YouTube video about this. Like, show everyone what you're going through right now. And, you know, it's pretty crazy. And then I was like, you know what? No, gut. I'm busy. I need to get some sleep because I have a big day tomorrow. So I don't have time for this. But great idea, but I don't have time for this. Well, long behold, 6 a.m. I still haven't slept anyway, because like, seriously, who could sleep with that? I mean, it's a little bit creepy as hell, especially when you're the only person staying in the motel and you're all by yourself. So definitely like a little dodgy. So finally at 6, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to be able to get a wink of sleep. I might as well just get up, shower, and hit the road. And even when I got to the shower, I opened up the curtains. I was like, I don't even know if I want to shower in here. It's like that bad, but I don't want to know. I don't really want to go without a shower. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to have a shower, you know? And then have a shower, hop in my car, and as I'm leaving, like, the whole feel of the place was like creepy as heck. And even when I'm loading my stuff, I'm like, okay, just get me out of this creepy place now. And as I'm pulling out of this parking lot, I had to stop and think to myself, you know what, Petrena? What could you learn from this situation? What could you take from the situation? Because I'm big on learning from every situation in life, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. What is the lesson that I could take from it? And I was like, you know what? My lesson here is always listen to your intuition. Because 100% of the time, it is 100% correct. There was 2 times in one night that I did not listen to my intuition. First of all, get the hell out of there. When it told me to get the hell out of there because I could feel the dodginess of it, I didn't listen. I was like, no, I got this. Which, yeah, I didn't really got it, did I? And then when it told me, get your ass out of bed and make a YouTube video, I was like, no, I need rest. And like, who the hell's gonna rest in a haunted motel? Not me. So, yeah, that's that, guys. You know, life is always full of adventure. Next time I'm in a crazy situation like that, if I'm not gonna hightail it out of there, I'm gonna make you guys a video, and I'll show you guys the exact moment when I'm going through it and what I'm experiencing, because that was like none other. And I almost think it was like, in retrospect, it's like even a little more creepier than like in the moment. But you live and you learn, guys. My intuition's gotten me around the world as a solo female traveler, and it's gotten me many places, and I will not ignore it again. Knowing your intuition tune into it. It always has good advice for you. On that note, guys, I'm in Calgary, safe and sound. Can't wait to get this show on the road and start doing lots of awesome things and just be awesome every day. So I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I have lots of love for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking.